Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jackson, and I'm a growth operator for high ticket coaches and creators, helping them build and scale their low ticket and high ticket offers, mainly growing their paid communities and booking them more calls. Okay, so and mainly one of the levers I used, one of the tools I used to book them more calls and keep build their communities is with email marketing. So in the past 2 years, I've been actually been able to generate more than $5 million through email alone, mainly working with 7 to 8 figure brands as well as six figure monthly high ticket coaches and creators. Okay. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you the exact strategies that I've used, and especially on how to book more calls with email marketing. This does work for low ticket offers as well, but what I'm about to tell you is more specifically tailored to high ticket coaching offers. Okay. And these strategies and these systems are what I used to scale Alex from 0 to 300K a month, as well as Parker from 0 to over $96,000 cash collected in 87 days. Okay. Now, why should you run email marketing? Okay, especially as a info product owner, aka coach, creator, consultant. Now, once you're established, about 30 to up to 50% of your total revenue, especially if you're running a DIY offer, which is like think of it as a course, done with you offer, which is like typical coaching or like a hybrid, will come from email. The ROI on email is absolutely insane. It's 10 times more effective than ads. So every $1 you spend on email marketing, you get $37 back. What kind of return else is there other than email marketing? And no, I didn't just like make up this random number. You can actually look online yourself, go on HubSpot's website and look up email marketing ROI, and the first thing's going to be HubSpot, and you can read through all that article, and you're going to be sold absolutely on email marketing. So another reason why you should start is because most aren't doing it. Okay, and most aren't doing it is because they're just simply not aware or they don't know how to do it. You need to be half copywriter, half marketing strategist, and half technician, really, automation and back end guru to run email marketing successfully. The other reason why you should start is because I already said that most aren't doing it, so that separates you from the rest of the saturation, as well as look at your competition. Look at who's at the top of your industry. I can guarantee you they're running email. I guarantee you they're making $100, even $300,000 a month, like Alex is. They are running email. Next is the more of the unspoken side of email marketing, and it's the free top of mind exposure that you get. So what I mean by that is every time you send out an email, they get your name on their phone through a notification, and if you do that repeatedly, they're going to be more aware of your existence. And if they're more aware, they're more willing to trust you, and if they trust you, they're more willing to buy from you. Email is one of the best marketing tools in order to nurture your leads more, as I said earlier, to build more trust and to build more authority. Show off your knowledge, show off your skills, show off your results, show off your offer, because you know it's fantastic, and create emails that shows that off. Okay? So email marketing is redundant and useless if you don't collect email. If you don't collect your information from your viewers, either through content or ads, you need to be collecting their name and their email, ideally their phone number. Okay? And this will not work if you have an email list less than 1,000 people. It's simply the volume isn't there, the metrics aren't there. You need to build your list ideally to 1,000 plus people in order for you to see actual tangible results. Okay, so how are you going to drive more traffic to your email list? Okay, so to drive more traffic, you need to create content or run a paid ads. But you want to create content first and foremost. Content gets the most views, content gets the most high quality leads, and you want to drive them to your email opt-in page. So at the end of the day, get more views, generate more leads. Okay, so how do you build an opt-in page, and how do you send traffic there? So let's start with the first thing, sending traffic to your email opt-in page. So next, what you want to do, so you want to create a lead magnet which like when every time you see something online or see an Instagram reel and somebody says DM me info for free training, or you see it in their link in bio, DM me info for free training, this is exactly what they have. And this is exactly what I did for Alex. He runs lead magnets all the time, and Parker, I run a lead magnet for him as well. And then that's how I've been able to generate and collect thousands and thousands of leads for both of them. When I say free training, it should be like a sales asset. It can be a Notion, it could be a Gamma, it can even be a video, it can be even just a guide, a written email guide. It can literally be anything, but ideally you want it to be a Notion or a Gamma or a video because that's more easy to consume. So they either do the lead magnet to generate traffic to your email opt-in page, or they just do it organically, where they consume your content, they check out your profile, and they click the link in your bio. Okay, so now what does this email opt-in page actually look like? All the email pages that I built are either in high level, ClickFunnels, Kit, and also some people build with Perspective. Perspective is this newer one, but I like ClickFunnels for building the funnels, and I like Kit for actually sending the emails itself and email list management. I don't like Go High Level. It's clunky, it's complicated, it doesn't make sense. You want to use Kit or ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels does have their own email marketing software inside of it, but if you can, you want to zap the leads over to Kit and run it in there. But okay, so this is what your email opt-in page should look like, some version of this. A pop-up that says, get your free lead magnet training, get your mini course, get your guide, whatever, where you can put your full name, email, and phone number, claim free training, claim guide, and then they're going to be sent the email. Okay, this is how you're going to collect their email. So far we've gone through, you have to create content in order to get the traffic. You have to create the free training, the asset, what I call the sales asset, in order for the exchange of value. You're giving them free training, and in return, they're going to give you their name, number, and email for free. So it's an even exchange of value. So now let's talk about the actual strategy and actual emails on how to book more calls. So this is my $5 million email marketing strategy that all sorts of high-ticket coaches and creators are using. It doesn't matter what offer. Make money online, fitness coaching, personal branding, biz op, it can be anything, and even a low-ticket offer. The fundamentals apply to everything. So what you want to build first is a welcome series sequence. So this is going to be, the first email is going to be sending the free training or mini course. This email is going to contain a link to the Notion, video, or Gamma. For Alex, I used or even a simple Google Doc. That's what I use with Parker. Gamma, Notion, something of value that gives them free knowledge. Okay. Next, you want to have a reminder for that email. And then for the next 3 to 5 emails, you're going to have one email saying who you are. That's the entire email. Who you are. You're not selling anything. You're just educating them on what your personal story is. And I actually, if I'm going to go on a side tangent here, I actually found this out through trial and error with Parker and Alex, because I was booking them calls with email, but the people were showing up to the calls completely cold, and they were confused. And so what I did was, on top of changing my content strategy a little bit for them, I just educated them more in the emails itself. Okay, people just don't pay attention. Okay, they just don't pay attention, and you have to basically like ram it down their throats on who you are, what your offer is, what you do, and what's in it for them. And that's, you're gonna have to create 3 separate emails, maybe even 4. Yeah, who you are, what you do, what's in it for them, and really break down what your offer is. Okay, so then now, after the emails, after that welcome series sequence, they're going to be automatically put in a sales sequence where they should be sold. I call it pre-sold. Okay, so it's a lot of social proof. Your past student results. If you don't have any student results, use your own student results. If you don't have your own student results or your own results, borrow somebody else's results. Okay, but you got to be a little tricky with it. Next is the value emails. So have a good mix of sales to value or pitching to value. So you don't want to pitch in every email, but you also don't want to give too much value, and you don't want to give them an opportunity to book a call with you. So what I've noticed is you want to do a 50-50 or 70-30 split, where 50% value, 50% sales, or ideally 70% value and 30% sales. You want to show off your skills, show off your competency, build authority with results. And then next, you want to create several emails, ideally 3 or 5, that go over your biggest objections that you cover in your sales calls. Like it's too expensive, or it seems too risky, or the time function out of it. Create an email for each of your objections, and also put in some risk reversals and scarcity and FOMO, of course. Psychological triggers that every marketer knows. And I split these up into 2 types of sales email. The soft sales emails is what it sounds like. It's not a hard close. It's not a hard pitch. While a hard close sales email is you're obviously pitching them for them to book a call. Okay, and you don't want to do too many of these, or your audience will get burnt out and they would just get numb to it. Now, what a sneaky thing that I like to do is I like to turn these soft sales emails, or I like to turn the value emails into soft sales emails. So here's what I mean. So in the email, you want to cover like how to do XYZ or why you should do XYZ. But in the PS section of the email, you want to put a CTA for them to book a call, okay? But you're gonna have a hype man before it. I'm probably gonna go too much in the weeds here, but this structure here is the main reason why I'm able to book so many calls with email. So you're leading with value. Ideally, you want to put a storyline to it, but then right at the end of the email, you want to set up some type of hype man short little sequence for them to think about booking a call with you. So, and then you also have a PS postscript link. You show them a how-to, why you should, and then at the very end, like, you should be able to implement this in the next 24 days and see results or something like that. And then in the PS, you're gonna say apply to work one-on-one with me or something. It's not like a book a call now. It's softer than that. In addition to the sales sequence, I go a step further. I haven't seen a lot of people do this, but what you want to do is you want to create a hot lead sequence. So you know how I said that the open rates are 30% to 3%? Well, with the hot lead sequence, your open rates are go up to as much as 60, 70%, because they are hot leads. There are people who are actually interested in buying from you. And the click rates are absolutely insane, 6%. If you don't know email marketing, 6% is actually it's really, really good. 10% is elite, but 6% is very good. And in these emails, essentially, for the people that are in the sales sequence and they clicked a link to book a call with you, they're going to be automatically be put in the hot lead sequence. And essentially, it's just a reminder that they booked a call, or hey, what about I saw you scheduled a call, or make sure that they have scarcity, add FOMO. And then actually what I do is I send them the pre-call video before they actually get on the real book call, and that works like a charm. Email to video to book call works like a charm. This is where I get a lot of the closes from, is from this sequence alone. I highly recommend building a hot lead sequence inside ClickFunnels or Kit. Next, we have the typical broadcast. Broadcast can be literally anything. If you just created a new YouTube video, broadcast it out to your email list, and get a little bump in the algorithm, in the YouTube algorithm, and get a couple extra views to boost reach. Not bad. And ideally, you want to send at least 3 times a week. I don't think any more than that, because you're going to have the evergreen sequence going at the same time. You're going to have the sales sequence going. So a lead can possibly be in at least in 3 different sequences. So you don't want to just spam them full of emails. You want to send them at the most 2 emails a day. So broadcast can literally be anything. Ideally, more value, more personal stories, news, current events, literally anything. Next, you want to create an evergreen sequence. And what I mean by evergreen is that these emails can be sent at any time, any place, and it makes sense. Okay, so I've seen evergreen emails. I've seen evergreen sequences 14 days long, 30 days long, or 60 days long. All right, and what works really good for me is the 30 days. I've seen 14, I've seen up to 60, but I like 30. So 2 weeks, 1 month, or 2 months long. And in the evergreen sequences, you want to have, you just want to build more trust. You want to nurture the leads even more. So with more value, more personal emails, shows off that you actually a real human being and not some random figure on the internet. Yep, slowly build more trust and authority. But what I also like to do is broadcast is my testing ground. I test what works in the broadcast, and I put the best broadcasts into the evergreen sequence. So if it has a greater than a 30% click-through rate, I put it in the evergreen. Then, once you've set all of these up, you then want to create a warmer lead sequence. Now, this only works for larger lists. What a warmer lead sequence is if they've opened the email from a sales sequence, okay? So if they open the email from a sales sequence, they automatically get put into here, okay? If they clicked a link in the sales sequence, then they get put into here. There might be some overlay, but this works really well. The warmer lead sequence is for people who are actively looking into a solution for themselves. And again, this has similar. You want to put similar structures, similar emails, as in the sales sequence and evergreen, but you want to tailor it to people who are very warm. They're not hot, right? But they're very warm, and they just need a little extra nudge. They just need a little extra nudge for them to book a call. And then your open rates are naturally going to be a lot higher in the warmer lead sequence, and your click-through rates are naturally going to be a lot higher in this sequence as well, right? So the whole point of email marketing is to nurture the people who are actually interested in you, and you don't really want to send email. I mean, this is my philosophy, but you want to focus on the people who are actually going to give you money with email. So this is why I have the reviver sequence last. So essentially what the reviver sequence is you want to specifically send a segment of you want to specifically send a group of emails to a specific segment of your entire list. And this segment are people who haven't opened your emails at all. Okay? So they haven't opened anything, or they haven't opened anything for longer than 30 days. And you want to put these people in this reviver sequence. Now, this is where you get extremely creative, and because your number one goal for the reviver sequence, more than any other sequence, is to have them open it. Say the most outrageous shit ever. I mean, without anything illegal, of course, but you want them to open. I wouldn't spend too much time on this. If you got nothing else going on, I would create a reviver sequence, but you don't need it. It might give you an extra book call here or there, because these people are already either bots or went on somewhere else or found a different solution somewhere else. So you want to focus most of your attention, broadcasts, evergreen, and sales, welcome, and hot leads. Okay, that's where most of your leads are going to come from. Now, what does an email? I haven't actually went over what an email actually consists of. It's subject line, preview text, and then like the title or like the username. So like the sender name. The sender name is very important. Okay, you want your real name. You want your real name and your company on what you do. Okay, so you want your email should always start with like, hey, and then the viewer's first name. Or what I like to do sometimes is like the first sentence and then their name to really get them. I mix it up. That's what I like to do. And then you have the body copy, giving value, telling stories, providing social proof, and then you want to have the closing, which usually You're setting them up to get them thinking about your offer, or just believe, just have them always thinking about the future, and having them just instilling more confidence in them. Okay. And then you have like thanks, you have the signature thanks, then your name, blah, 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 and then your name. I know my handwriting is terrible. And then at the end, you want to do PS. Not a lot of people do this. PS, and then your CTA. I've said this earlier, but I want to reiterate that. In Kit, you can see how many people clicked a link, and I tested all throughout, and I noticed that the PS links work like 3 times as much as any other link, or where you put it in any other part in the email. Okay, so let's get to the bottom line. Let's go to the brass tacks of the things that actually move the needle in booking calls for your high ticket coaching offer. Bottom line: increase open rates as much as you can. Increase click-through rates as much as you can. Obviously, increase the amount of cash collected with email. You want to create the biggest email list as you can. You want to be running lead magnets, and you want to be sending traffic to your profile or to your landing page as much as you can. And then, because they give you your email, you want to give them as much value as you can. Obviously, without selling out. Obviously, without giving away too much information. But what I mean by value, by like have the information be valuable, but also instill confidence in them that they can do it. Like that, if you have any other coaching offer, like if your coaching offer is make money online, make 10 grand a month, instill that confidence in them that they can actually do it. Segments are very important. Not a lot of high ticket coaching creators are using them, but you want to segment out your list like I have here. This group of people is different from this group of people. This group of people is different from this group of people. This group of people is different from this group of people. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Okay. So let me know in the comments if this made any sense to you, because I pretty much laid out all the sauce. I pretty much gave you everything to book at least 25 to 50 calls every single month with email marketing, especially if you have thousands of people inside your email list. So if you want to scale your own coaching offer past 50K a month like Alex and Parker did using email marketing, DM me on Instagram or click the link in the bio, click the link in the description, and let's chat about your situation. Thanks.